right then. We give praise, glory, and honor to the Most High Yahweh, Yahushua HaMashiach, our Master, King, and Savior. And we'll get Yucatan 5 and 39. It sucks right now, man. It's cold outside. But we had 80-degree days, now they gone. Y'all will be done, though. I'll be glad when it warm back up, though. Yeah. I don't like the cold, man. Search the scriptures, for in them you think you have eternal life, and they are they which testify of me. You heard what he say? Now listen what he say. And you will not come to me that you might have life. Listen what he say. I receive not honor from men, but I know you that you have not the love of Elohim in you. Get you Bereshit of Genesis chapter 2 when he say you won't come to me. And get you Matthew 22 and about verse 1, I want to say. Just what he say, like I said, what I'm talking about, many are called, a few are chosen. Because when you called, you're going to come. If you chosen, you're going to come. Now, we know Adam going to be saved. It's actually Bereshit of Genesis chapter 3, about 1. Get you 3 8. Matter of fact, before we even get Matthew 22 and 1, you can get you 2 Timothy chapter 3 and verse 1 after this Genesis chapter 3. We'll start at verse 1 because there's something in that I want to hit on. I posted about it the other day, but I'm going to touch on it. He said, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field which who Elohim had made. And he said unto the woman, yea, Elohim hath said, you shall not eat of the tree of every tree of the garden. The woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden. But of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, Elohim hath said, you shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest you die. And the serpent said unto the woman, you shall not surely die. For Elohim doth know that in the day you eat thereof, then your eyes shall be open, and you shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. And when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasant to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave also unto her husband with her, and did eat. Now I'm going to ask y'all something. One of the fruits of the Ruach of Yahuwah, which one did she not show?
Knowledge.
That's not one of the fruits of the Ruach. But she did not show knowledge. It's actually 2 things she didn't show. I'm going to see who get one. What's the one that didn't show? What's the one y'all think she didn't show?
Faith.
She did not show self-control. And she did not show faith. Because faith going to lead to obedience, right? She did not show self-control. She seen something. She heard him say something. That caused her to go against what she already knew. And because she already had it. Go ahead, bro. And because she already had a desire, because he had already pricked her heart to move to what she already had a desire for, she did not control herself, and she went after that. And it was to her own detriment. You know what I'm saying? Now, don't sit back and look at this as this like just pointing at a woman, because that could point to any one of us. You know what I'm talking about? That if you got a desire in your heart for something, even if you know what y'all told you to do or not to do, if they come and appeal to that desire that already rests within you, you might make the same mistake she made and show that lack of self-control. You know what I'm saying? Now come over here to 2 Timothy 3 and 1.
Put it back, put it back, put it back.
Now this is all this is going to now. Now that's not saying that Eve is not chosen and Eve's not going to make it. But this is showing the example of she was called because she heard the word. But she showed forth that she wasn't chosen because she didn't keep it. You know what I'm saying? Because when you chosen, you're going to keep it. Because his elect are going to do the things that's going to cause them to be saved. Because elect just means chosen. Those that are chosen receive the blessings. You see, she didn't receive the blessing. She got a curse instead. See, she didn't have to go to y'all to talk about it because she had already been told what to do. That's one thing I want to tell y'all. When people talk about, I need to pray about it. Ain't nothing to pray about if you already know what the words say. Ain't nothing to go talk to y'all about if you already know what the words say. Because she let you know she knew what the words say when she said, Elohim has said you shall not do it. So she knew she wasn't supposed to do it. So it wasn't, if she would have went to y'all about it, well, number one, she never talked to y'all. Adam gave her that. You know what I'm saying? See, that's one thing you got to remember. Ain't nothing to talk to y'all about when you already been told what to do. You know what I'm saying? If you know don't commit fornication, don't lie, don't steal, or this, that, there, and the third, or don't work on the Shabbat, and you like, you know what, I'm going to pray to y'all to see if he want me to take this job, even though they want me to work on the rest day. Ain't nothing to go to y'all about. You already know what to do. Just the fact that you say you know you're not supposed to work on the rest day, that could be you leaning over to your desire. You know what I'm saying? You got to look at that. You got to make sure you know what the words say. You know what you're supposed to do. And you got to make sure you're not leaning to your desire like she did. Because she got a curse because she did that. Because she knew not to do this, but she wanted to do it. And she went and did it anyway. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people get caught like that. I say, man, don't sit there and think this about just no woman. Because this ain't about just no woman. Because you know Eve can be representative of Yasharal. This is representative of us as a people. That's why he say he more subtle than any beast of the field. See, well, I got something coming to my mind. Hold on. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, though. And since that's in my mind, get the epistle of Jude and pick it up about verse 10. Epistle of Jude about verse 10. You got 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 1, epistle of Jude, verse 10, and then get your Hebrews 3 and about verse 13. Y'all just bear with me. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. 2 Timothy 3 and 1. It says, this know also that in the last days perilous times shall come. Men shall be lovers of their own selves. Hold this right here. I'll show you an example of a man being a lover of his own self in the 12th chapter of the Acts of the Apostles. The 12th chapter of Acts. We're going to shoot right over here to Acts, and then we coming right back. Acts 12 and 19. I'll show you a man who was a lover of his own self. You have to be careful with that. See, ain't nothing wrong with loving yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because you should love, value, and respect yourself. Like, can't nobody love you till you love yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't be happy till you're happy with yourself. You can't be joyous till you're joyous with yourself. Can't nobody know you till you know yourself. You know what I'm saying? See, that's a different type of loving yourself. Hello? Hello? Okay. You know what I'm saying? When he talk about men being lovers of selves, is men who love to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what Eve showed you. She wanted to do what she wanted to do. It says, and when Herod had sought for him and found him not, he examined the keepers and commanded that they should put him to death. And when he went down from Yehuda to Caesarea and there abode, and Herod was slightly displeased with them of Tyre and Zidon. But they came with one accord to him, having made Blastus, the king's chamberlain, their friend, desire peace, because their country was nourished by the king's country. And upon a set day, Herod, arrayed in royal apparel, sat upon his throne and made an oration unto them. And the people gave a shout, saying, it is the voice of a God and not of a man. And immediately the Malachim of Yahuwah smote him, because he gave not Elohim the glory, and he was eaten of worms and gave up the Ruach. But the word of Elohim grew and multiplied. See, he was a lover of himself. See, then people sat back and say, he sounds like a God and not a man. See, he was feeling himself. Matter of fact, I'll show you another example of that. Daniel chapter 4. Before we come back to 2 Timothy chapter 3, come on, mind. Stop, Stanks. Daniel 4 and about 22. Not 22. Daniel 4 and about 25. Make it 31. We're not going to read all that. Daniel 4 and 31. Daniel 4 and 31. Make it 30. Daniel 4 and 30. The king spake and said, is not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and for the honor of my majesty? You heard what he said. The king spake, is not this great Babylon that I have built. Don't say because you see Babylon there that they ain't got nothing to do with the Mashiach. I'm going to show you how to rock. Because he said, because you know Babylon mean what, everybody?
Confusion.
It means confusion, right? Now we could go right and look in the 7th chapter of Yukonon or the 12th chapter of Yukonon, and it talks about how the people were divided over a Mashiach. They were confused behind it. They were divided. He said, it's not this great Babylon that I have built for the house of the kingdom by the might of my power and the honor of my majesty. You know what I'm saying? So we already know, Mashiach told you in the 2nd chapter of John that he was the house. Stop, Leah, move. You know what I'm saying? How did he make that house by the might of his power? Because he was declared to be the son of Elohim with power, and by the resurrection of the dead in the Ruach HaKodesh. Now that's what we had to sit back and look at, that we're supposed to be a house made by this man might and power. You know what I'm saying? Then he sat back and said his majesty. Well, we know he went on high to sit by the right hand of majesty after he purged our sins by his own blood. You know what I'm saying? See, you can see the man anywhere, but what you're seeing right here, that in order to be able to build this house for his majesty and for his honor, you're going to have to be purged of your sins by this man's blood, which means you can't love yourself. See, if my shop didn't even, hold what you got. Hold this here. Bear with me. Let me just read Revelation 12 and 11 for you. It's a lot of stuff come out here. I had no idea what I was going to preach about until I got in this room. 12 and 10. Revelation 12 and 10. We hold the 2 Timothy 3 and 1, Daniel 4 and 30, Hebrews 3 and 13, and the epistle of Jude, or the epistle of Yehuda, and the 10th verse. And some way, and the 3rd chapter of Genesis, in some way, somehow, got to make all this stuff make sense. Listen what he say. And I heard a loud voice saying in Shamahim, now has come salvation and strength in the kingdom of our Elohim. Did this man not just say that he built a house for his kingdom by the might of his power? He says, and the kingdom of Elohim and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuse of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before Elohim day and night. So I'm going to tell y'all something. Every last one of y'all, myself included, every last one of us get put in a situation, and you wonder why you're in these situations, and the adversary is standing at the throne of Elohim accusing you to the Most High right now as we speak about what he said you going to do in that situation. Why do you think all you got to do is go back and sit back and look at Job? He say, remove your hand from him and he'll curse you to his face. And what was he doing? He was at the throne of Elohim accusing the brethren day and night. Y'all don't even, that's why I be telling you a lot of situations you be in is testing your faith. Boy, the adversary is going to sit back and say, boy, she going to do this or he going to do this. Put him in this situation, this what he going to do. Put him in this situation, this what he going to do. Y'all don't realize and understand that. Y'all think stuff just be happenstance. When really, boy, the Most High might allow the adversary to come in to test you to see where you at, because the adversary going to tell him, this what you going to do. If you put him in this situation, I bet this what they'll do. And you got to be able to have the wherewithal to know that and prove the bastard wrong, because Satan is a rotten bastard. You know what I'm saying? Boy, he the type of nigga that'll put you in a position and be like, yeah, man, push that door open. And then when you push that door open and you go to jail, he be like, nigga, I ain't tell you, I ain't make you do it. I just put it out there. That's what type of dude he is. He put it out there for you to do something. Then when you go do it and the consequences fall on your head, he look at you like, you ain't have to listen to me. You know what I'm saying? Like he don't come at you and be like, you know what I'm saying, give you both sides of the coin, right? That you make an informed decision. There's different when you make an informed decision. See how he came at Eve? He didn't come at Eve and tell her she was gonna die. He told her she wasn't gonna die. You know what I'm saying? Because he already knew I can't give her that. I gotta appeal to her desire. This is why Mashiach say, get behind me, Satan, for you desire the things that be a man and not the things that be a Elohim. That's what we were talking about a couple weeks ago. That's why he say, you of your father the devil, the lust of your father he will do. He was a murderer from the beginning. See, the devil liked the things of the flesh, the things that men like. You know what I'm saying? So that's what he gonna come at us with. Whatever you like, that's what he gonna come with. You know what I'm saying? You look at a lot of people get taken down, you like money, that's what he gonna come at you with. You like women, that's what he gonna come at you with. You like praise and adulation, that's what he gonna come at you with. That's what took Herod down. That's what he liked. They told him he was a god and not a man. That was right up his alley. He was a lover of his own self. You know what I'm saying? He got puffed up in himself. You gotta pay attention to that stuff. That's why he say we are not ignorant of his devices. You got to know how he comes. He comes after the works of the flesh. That's how he comes. Yahuwah comes after the things of the Ruach. That's how he comes. He comes to touch the things of the inward man. You know what I'm saying? The things that manifest righteousness. The things that manifest godliness. Satan come after the things that manifest the flesh and death. You got to be able to know the difference between the two. When you're able to know the difference between the two, then you're able to discern between good and evil. You're able to discern Ruachs, or whether they be a Elohim or whether they are not. You know what I'm saying? Some things are easy to ascertain that somebody evil, and some things are not. You know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about just dealing with just people who deal with the word. Let's not even talk about people that's outside the house. Because he said without the house are whoremongers and sorcerers and dogs and all those who love it and make it for lie. They outside the camp. They not even in the camp. So we ain't even talking about them. We're talking about just people in the house. People who claim to be servants of Yah. You're supposed to be able to determine and ascertain if this is really in somebody's heart, because it shows in their speech. It shows in their behavior. He said, abundance of the heart, the mouth speak. The words say that the word sharper than a two-edged sword, dividing the son to show the thoughts is the discern of the thoughts and intents of the heart. Because no man know the thoughts of any man's heart, right? But when that word comes, you can see it though. That's when it'll be manifest. That's when the secrets of man's heart is made manifest unto all. Because when that word hit, ain't no covering that up. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no covering that up. That go for all of us. Because some of us get hit and you get humbled. You like this here, like, whoa. It show your heart. You had a humble heart. God was your desire. You know what I'm saying? That could show that you would be chosen to salvation because you got that humble and contrite spirit, which y'all wouldn't despise. But nevertheless, what I got? Revelation 12 and 11. He said he overcame him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony. They love not their lives unto the death. See, that's somebody who wasn't a lover of their own self. Come on back to Daniel chapter 4. That was somebody who wasn't a lover of their own self. Because he sat back and seen that you would be able to, same way that Mashiach didn't love his life unto the death. He said, I came to be a ransom for many. He knew that blood was going to give you the majesty. It's going to give you the honor. We're going to crown you, so to speak. You know how Paul say, I done fought the good fight of faith? A crown is laid up for me. Because majesty just means royalty or regalness, right? A crown is laid up for you. Because by this man's might, by his honor, the honor of his majesty. Hamashiach told you in the 12th chapter, you can honor 12th chapter of John. He that honoreth me, my Father will honor also. And if he honor you, he going to give you a crown. That's why he told you, let no man take your crown. Hold fast what I have told you till I come. Y'all got to make sure that y'all don't let people come out here who you dealing with in your life, that they take your crown. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody ain't out here striving for no crown. You got to make sure you don't let nobody take yours. Got to stand firm. You know what I'm saying? Verse 31 of the 4th chapter down. He said, while the word was in the king's mouth, there fell a voice from Shamahin saying, O King Nebuchadnezzar, to thee it is spoken, the kingdom is departed from thee. And they shall drive thee from men, and thy dwelling shall be with the beasts of the field. They shall make thee to eat grass as oxen. 7 times shall pass over thee, until thou know that the Most High rule in the kingdom of men, and give it to whomsoever he will. The same hour was the thing fulfilled upon Nebuchadnezzar. He was driven from men, and did eat grass as oxen. And his body was wet with the dew of Shamahin, till his hairs were grown like eagle's feathers, and his nails like birds' claws. And at the end of the days, I, Nebuchadnezzar, lift up my eyes unto Shamahin, and my understanding returned unto me. And I blessed the Most High, and I praised and honored him that lived forever, whose dominion is an everlasting dominion, and his kingdom is from generation to generation. And all the inhabitants of Arats are reputed as nothing. And he do according to his will in the army of Shamahin. And among the inhabitants of Arats, and none can stay his hand or say unto him, what do thou? You know what that means? Can't none of y'all stop the man from what he doing, and can't none of y'all ask him what he doing, because he do what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what y'all sit back and look at it. Boy, no matter what y'all think in your brain, you can't stop y'all from doing nothing that he done purpose to have done. You can't stop it. You know what I'm talking about? And you better make sure you don't catch yourself out there. You get yourself down because you get mad because it might be something that you wanted to do and y'all stop it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing, like this, what Nebuchadnezzar did, he got lifted up in his pride. See, you couldn't tell Nebuchadnezzar nothing. He was feeling himself. You know what I'm talking about? Most High brought him down. Which we also know from times past, those who've been around here with us long enough to know this whole Daniel chapter 4 is a testimony of a Mashiach. But you know, we're not getting in that tonight. And at the same time, my reason returned unto me for the esteem of my kingdom, my honor, and brightness returned unto me. You see all that there? Because he already said he made him low like a beast, eating grass like oxen. You know what I'm saying? You already know they made a Mashiach as if he was a beast. They beat him like a wild beast to the point he was on the ground eating grass like oxen. Body covered in the dew of Shamahin, body covered in the Ruach. That's how his brightness was able to return. Because all you got to do is say he came in express image and the brightness of his esteem, like he told you in Hebrews. That's what you got to sit back and realize, that we were looking at that when he talking about not loving your own life, even unto death. Because when you got immersed, you supposed to have been looking at that you were covered with the dew of Shamahin when you came up out that water. And your brightness returned and your reason returned. Because now you decide to return unto your Elohim. Understanding has returned unto you. You know that you fear Yah. And knowledge of the Kadesh one, the fear of Yahuwah is the knowledge of Yahuwah is the fear of Yah, and then the knowledge of the Kadesh one is understanding. See, he began to understand again what his purpose was and what he was supposed to do, which was to dwell in the Son dwelling up. And this is the true Elohim and eternal life. This is what got to start resonating in our mind. You know, it's a reason why a lot of stuff we looking at, we tying it back to the immersion that most of us just had done. Because it's supposed to be putting something in your mind that you went from a proud level of being a sinner to a humble level to become a son of Yah. You know what I'm saying? You had to be brought down to be lifted up. You understand what I'm saying? See, a Mashiach had to be brought down to be lifted up. You know what I'm saying? Because he was on high. He was in Shamahin sitting at the right hand of the Father. He got brought down. See, people, they read that about, you know, in his pride, they ain't sitting back looking at, he had a reason to be proud. This is the only begotten son of Yah. And he got brought down. And because he got brought down, that's why he got lifted up on the stage. That's why he say, he that exalts himself shall be abased. But he that humbleth himself shall be exalted. Him being lifted up on the stake was actually an exaltation. You know what I'm saying? You ain't sitting back realizing you going in the water was actually an exaltation. Because that was symbolic of you being lifted up on the stake because you were humbling yourself to death. To be raised unto his honor. To be raised to be honored by him, by his majesty. To have a house built by his power. This is how you got to frame your mind frame up. See, everybody don't look at the word, they don't see it that way. You know what I'm saying? They just see ordinances and statutes. You know what I'm talking about? Well, there are ordinances and statutes that we got to follow. But then there's got to be an understanding that permeates your heart, that passes all understanding, which men know. Why do you think we preach a mashak to you and show you these things? That your wisdom and that your faith don't stand in the wisdom of men, but in the power of Elohim. That's where your faith ought to last in, rest in. Not in men, but in Yah. Say verse 36 again. And at the same time, my reason returned unto me, for the esteem of my kingdom, my honor and brightness returned unto me. And my counselors and my masters sought unto me, and I was established in my kingdom. An excellent majesty was added unto me. And now I, Nebuchadnezzar, praise and extol and honor the king of Shamahim, all whose works are truth and his ways judgment, and those that walk in pride he is able to abase. So you walk around in your pride, he gonna bring you down. You know what I'm saying? 2 Timothy 3:1 again. That's what happens when you a lover of your own self. Now you can always sit back and look at, right? Y'all humblest people at any time. Just because you get humbled by y'all don't mean you were walking in pride. You could have been doing something you know that was really what you were doing. And he go ahead and bring you down or not so you can see what you're doing. Because that's what happens. That's why he say rebuke a wise man, he'll be wiser. He'll love you. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to be times where y'all gonna humble you and correct. Because Mashiach didn't do nothing wrong and he humbled him. You know what I'm saying? Was he walking around in pride? Absolutely not. But then you got people who walk around there because they love themselves. Hey, y'all sit down and be quiet. 2 Timothy 3:1. Well, 3 and 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, unkadesh, without natural affection, truth breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good, traitors, heady, high-minded, lovers of pleasure more than lovers of Elohim. See, that's the key thing that get a lot of people in trouble. You know, 1 Timothy 5:6 says, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she lived. That's what happened with Eve. She wanted to live in pleasure. That's what happens with a lot of people. They would rather live in pleasure than to please Yah. You know what I'm saying? They would rather satisfy their flesh than to satisfy Yah. We got to make sure we don't have that type of mind. That's how you know we in the last days. You know what I'm saying? Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof, from such turn away. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse lusts, ever learning, never able to come to the knowledge of the truth. See, that's what we came to sit back and look at. Satan came at Eve with a form of godliness, but he was denying the power. You know what I'm saying? Now, I'm telling each and every last one of y'all got to be careful of somebody coming with the form of godliness, but denying that power. That very same power we just read about in Daniel chapter 4, which is being resurrected as a son of Yah, because he said, my strength is made perfect in weakness because you were willing to die. See, there's power in the blood. See, there's life in the blood. That would have lost it. We know Mashiach's blood was able to give you life. The only way that blood was shed is because he got crucified. He was killed. You know what I'm saying? What I'm telling you? So that was the power of Elohim. That's not showing the form of, matter of fact, when we look at Matthew, we're not going to go read it. He say the scribes and Pharisees, he say outwardly they appear righteous unto men, but inwardly they full of hypocrisy and iniquity, and full, like he say, wicked sepulchres that look beautiful outwardly, but inwardly they full of dead men's bones. Leah, hush. They full of dead men's bones. You know what I'm saying? Having a form of godliness, but they were denying the power. That's why he said, you will not come unto me that you might have life. You know what I'm saying? He said, but I know you. The love of Elohim is not in you. So you have to turn around and look at, are you showing a form of godliness, but denying the power? Because the power is in the sacrifice of Yahushua HaMashiach. The power is in dying unto the world and unto the flesh and living unto the righteousness of Elohim through the resurrection of Yahushua, which is the power of Elohim. It's the power of Elohim who resurrected him from the dead. So we have to always look at that. Because people come with a form of godliness, but they deny the power. Since I said that, hold 2 Timothy, now we can go get this Jude. We still holding Hebrews 3. Epistle of Jude in the 10th verse. And it says, but these speak evil of those things which they know not, But what they know naturally as brute beasts and those things, they corrupt themselves. You know what I'm saying? Why you think he say Satan was subtle, more subtle than any beast of the field? Because he was speaking of the things that he knew not. But what he knew naturally. And in that, he corrupted himself. And what happened with Eve? She corrupted herself with this beast. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because of his deception. Because he came with a form of godliness, but he was denying the power thereof. Because he told the woman, you will not surely die. Knowing that's denying the power that y'all said you will surely die if you do this. He was denying the power thereof, but coming with the form of godliness. And he know you'll be as gods and you'll have the knowledge of good and evil. You'll be just like him. Coming like he God, but denying the power though. And in doing so, because she had diverse lusts in her, she was able to be taken captive. That's why he said he that committed sin is the servant of sin, and the servant abide not in the house forever. And that's another reason why you sit back and see that they got put out the tree, put out the garden, because they couldn't abide in the house forever, because they were taken captive. You know what I'm saying? That's why Mashiach came to free the captives, to give freedom to the captives. You know what I'm saying? That's what we have to sit back and realize and see the parallel, to be spiritually aware. Because this man is sitting at the right hand, or not at the right hand, is sitting at the throne of Elohim, accusing you day and night. This is what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? No matter what any one of y'all going through, no matter what you dealing with, you ain't even got to be dealing with nothing. He could be sitting at the throne, say, put him in this situation, I bet he curse you to your face. I bet he quit. You know what I'm saying? We don't sit back and think about those things when we dealing with something. It don't matter if you get low. It don't even matter if you go to talking crazy. Because you can go to talking crazy, because Job was talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Job was talking about he ought to die. Job was talking about he wasn't about nothing, he wasn't worth nothing. He was talking crazy too. But at the end of the day, he said, I won't let go of my integrity though. You know what I'm saying? I ain't going to turn away from my Elohim though. I ain't going to do that. I might be going through this here. Look here. My wife might be foolish. My kids might be dead. I might lost everything I got. And yeah, right now, I surely would love to die. All my friends done left me. They talking greasy about me. I feel alone. But the last thing I'm finna do is turn my back on y'all. That I'm not going to do. That I'm not going to do. You know what I'm saying? You don't take into account just because somebody talking crazy, that mean they turning on, because we already dealt with this a couple weeks back. Elijah was talking crazy. He said, boy, you go ahead and kill me, man. You know what I'm saying? Say, boy, ain't nobody out here but me, man. I can't take it. Just go ahead and get me out of here, man. You know what I'm saying? Y'all say, no, I need you to go on a mission and sit back and eat because you're going to need your strength. When you fall out that chair, you bet not cry. Come on back to 2 Timothy chapter 2. I'm waiting for you too, because I'm going to laugh at you when you fall out that chair.
You gotta live.
Mm-hmm.
You don't lean back.
Mm-hmm.
Close your legs.
Just a little something, man. Just something to consider. We read verse 6 again, though. For of this sort are they which creep into houses and lead captive silly women, laden with sins, led away with diverse blood. You hear what he said? Ever learned and never able to come to the truth. Eve sat there and learned everything Adam had to taught her, but she never came to eternal life. You know what I'm saying? Because the book say the law is the truth and the law is light, and in him was the light, and the light was the life of men. She was never able to come to a Mashiach because of that. You know what I'm saying? She had to wait. You know what I'm talking about? Now we know that they were already destined to die anyway. You know what I'm saying? But it's just the point of showing you that similitude of she could never come to the truth. Because she had been taken captive by her lust. She could never come to the completion. She was always going to learn, but she was never going to come to the sun. And since I said that, let's get that Hebrews chapter 3. Let me knock the Hebrews 3 and 13 out. And then we go over here to John 6 and about 62. Everybody all right? Is everybody cool? 3 and 12 is what I desire. But I'll make it 8. I bring 3 and 8. Ooh, boy.
What's Auburn?
Hebrews. Mm-hmm. Say, harden not your heart as in the provocation of the day of temptation in the wilderness, when your fathers tempted me and proved me and saw my work 40 years. Wherefore I was grieved with that generation and said, they do always err in their heart. They have not known my ways. That's what we got to sit back and look at. That's what Eve did. She knew his ways, but she erred in her heart and forgot him. We got to make sure that we don't err in our heart and forget the man's ways. You know what I'm saying? Because if you sit back and you hearing the word, the man proving himself to you, you seeing his works. Hold this right here in John chapter 20. Yukonon 20. We come right back. Yukonon chapter 20. 20 and 29. Don't you realize every time we go in this word and being able to testify Yahushua HaMashiach, you seeing the man works. Even though you ain't seeing with your own two eyes, you seeing the man works. Get your 1 Peter chapter 1 about verse 10 too. You seeing the man works. Yahushua saith unto them, Thomas, because thou hast seen me and thou hast believed, Baruch are they that have not seen and yet have believed. Y'all, any of y'all ever seen Yahushua HaMashiach? You seen any of the works that he did? But you supposed to sit back and realize every time the word come and you heard it, you were seeing his works. That's why he say faith. He say, I've heard of you by the ear. Hold on, I don't want to quote the man wrong. You ain't got to go get it. I don't want to quote the man wrong. So just hold on 1 second. I don't want to quote the man wrong in the 42nd chapter of Job. I just tell you this, the 5th verse. If you want to write it down, go see it for yourself. It man say, I have heard of thee by the hearing of the ear, but now my eyes see thee. Don't you realize that you've heard of this man by the word, that you should see him, even though you don't see him physically? You've seen him by the word in order to believe. So you've seen his works, you've seen his signs, you've seen his wonders. He was proving you. Are you going to err in your heart? Are you going to err in your heart, just like Eve did? Remember now, I got to keep clarifying this here. Well, I ain't talking to no women. I'm talking to everybody. Don't try to, because I don't want none of these men to sit back and be like they skirting, like, oh, he keeps saying Eve, so he just talking to the women. Oh, no, I ain't talking to no one. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking to everybody. Because like I said, man, you could take it both ways. Eve representative of Yasharal. You know what I'm saying? Yasharal was stiff-necked and didn't listen.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm talking about? So don't y'all be trying to pass the buck and then make it seem like that's just for the women. That ain't got nothing to do with me. Because you ain't finna skate that buck there. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, I know. We got to make sure ain't nobody thinking like no nigga. But I'll be honest with you though. It's a lot of Hebrew niggas, they think like that. When you go read the story about Eve, they put it squarely on Eve's lap. That's only about women. Women only do that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? No, little buddy. You're not going to put that on them women. You know what I'm saying? That's the same way when I had reheard the thing we were talking about your desire be to your husband, and then it came to my miracle. I know I made sure to mention, but don't y'all think I'm just talking to these women. You know what I'm saying? Because you in his body, you of his members, you of his bone. Guess what? That's about you too.
Wow.
Verse 30. He said, and many other signs truly did Yahushua in the presence of his disciples, which are not written in this book. But these are written that you might believe that Yahushua is the Mashiach, the son of Elohim, and that believing you might have life through his name. We know Yahushua means Yahuwah is salvation, or Yahuwah delivers. What delivered you but the blood of a firstborn lamb? That's what delivered you up out of Mizraim, out of bondage. The blood of a firstborn lamb. That's what delivered you. You know what I'm saying? So, and then after he delivered you, in order for you to get in that land, see, y'all will, I see I'm going to go ahead and get it Shabbat night. To get that in the land, you had to go through tribulation and persecution. You know what I'm saying? Because see, we got the persecution too, because you got Balak, you got some of the kings and all them people. Just don't think that it's this affliction in there, because it's a persecution when you went through the wilderness too now. You know what I'm saying? But we could even sit back and look at, we could take Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob and show you that they went through persecution and affliction before they actually entered into the land that was theirs, where they dwelt at as strangers. You know what I'm saying? Take all this stuff, put this stuff together, because it's all the same word to come up with the same concept. If your forefathers went through persecution and tribulation and inherited the kingdom, what make you think you not? If your forefathers were tempted and tried to whether they would stand on Yah's word or not, what makes you think that you not? Come on back over here to Hebrews 3. It just hit my mind because, you know, our dear brother Corey getting married tomorrow. Most High willing, they wake up in the morning. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to let y'all know. You know if somebody, one of us going to get married, we're going to have to drop something on that. I got something for it. It might only be about 20, 30 minutes. I ain't going to try to go too long with it before Corey got a deal. I want him to do his Hebrew thing. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I'm just letting y'all know that so you be ready for that. Hello? And also, we could offer congratulations. You know what I'm saying? I know they finna get ready to get loose like jackrabbits, so we gonna be getting ready for his dear wife to be around here talking about there's a baby coming. Nah, they say, oh boy, you better go get ready, boy. Boy, it's another little, you might get your young soldier this time. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Might get you a young soldier this time. You might well go and get ready. Boy, I get that about 90 days. You be coming around here to bring the news, boy. I got a young cord coming. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, that's a good thing, man. You know, he say children are the heritage of Yah. You know what I'm talking about? So that's a good thing. You know what I'm talking about? You know, nobody be crying about it. I know you like to say, but don't put that. He say, don't you put that. Whatever that movie was, he say, don't you put that type of stuff on me.
And don't you what's that even on me, Ricky Bobby? Don't you do that.
Don't you do that.
Don't you wish that evil upon me.
He said, don't you wish that evil upon me, Doc. He said, don't you do that. But you like this here, though. You know what I'm saying? Because you know you want to have that time period, it's just you and them. But hey, it going to come, though. You know what I'm saying? All right, this here. Gonna give another baby to be running around here. Just around here eating up all them rolls. Go sit down somewhere, girl. 3 and 11. So he said here in verse 11, so I swear in my wrath, they shall not enter into my rest. Take heed, brethren, lest there be in any of you an evil heart of unbelief and departed from the living Elohim. That's why you see, that's what Eve didn't do. She didn't listen, therefore that evil heart of unbelief was in her. She departed. That's why y'all got to sit back and realize y'all need to learn how to listen and take heed to what you told, lest that evil heart of unbelief come in you. You depart from your power. You depart from your power. You're going to be cursed. You're going to be separated. That's what happened with Adam and Eve. They got put out the garden. They were separated from it. And boy, that's a lonely feeling. You hear me? He said, but exhort one another daily while it is called today, lest any of you be hard through the deceitfulness of sin. That's what happened with her. He came with the deceitfulness of sin. She got hardened. He said, for we are made partakers of Mashiach if we hold the beginning of our confidence steadfast unto the end. That same level of confidence and faith you had when you started, boy, you got to end with that. You got to end with that. It can't be no ebb and flows. You know what I'm talking about? Boy, you got to. That's why a lot of people fall off, because that confidence they had at the beginning, it don't endure to the end of the race. You know what I'm saying? You can have some times where you be going through it, whatever the case may be, but if you in Mashiach, you gonna bounce back. You gonna bounce back, because he say his strength is made perfect in weakness. So when you in a weak state, he gonna give you that strength to bounce back now. Because if he talking about confidence, he talking about a moon now, that firmness and conviction. He ain't gonna turn from that. He ain't gonna turn from that. He say, while it said today, if you will hear his voice, harden not your hearts, as in the provocation. Provocation just mean when they were tried. He had to try them people to see who was worthy or not. Do you not know that every last one of us, it could be being tried right now to see if you worthy of the kingdom, and you just think you just having a miscellaneous life experience? You know what I'm saying? Like you thinking you just having a miscellaneous life experience, and you don't know you in the wilderness being tried. You in the provocation right now. Because this man got to know who's worthy enough to enter in. Ain't nothing that defile or worketh abomination or maketh a lie will enter in the gates of the city. Just those written in the Lamb's book of life. We know those that are written in the Lamb's book of life are those who spake one to another, who feared Yahuwah, and Yahuwah wrote a book of remembrance for every one of those who's thought upon his name. Because if you think upon his name, that means your mind is stayed on him. And if your mind is stayed on him, that means you trust in Yah forever. And trust in Yah's everlasting strength. Your strength comes by your faith, your firmness, your conviction, your amunah. Everlasting is eternal. Eternal is the Ruach HaKodesh. He that believe on me, as the scripture has said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Why? Because you will not show a form of godliness. You won't deny the power thereof, but you will hold fast your confidence unto the end. That is what Eve chose not to do. You know what I'm saying? That's what Yasharal chose not to do. We had confidence in Yah in the beginning, right? All them signs and wonders he worked in Mizraim. We had a lot of confidence in him, but we didn't hold it unto the end. That's why they didn't get in. That's why they didn't get in. That's why only Yahusha, son of Nun, and Caleb and everybody 20 years and under, that's why they got in. They held that confidence. The older people didn't hold it. Why you think not too many older people come get the word? Most people who deal with the word are young. Y'all ain't never noticed that?
Yeah.
That most of the people who right now who dealing with this word, most of them are young.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Most of them in their 20s and in their 30s. You got brothers who've been in the word now who in their 50s and 60s. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me wrong, it ain't no older brothers now. Don't get it twisted. But the most of the people you see, they young. Matthew chapter 11.
Stop.
Matthew chapter 11 and verse 25. Matthew 11 and 25. And at that time Yahushua answered and said, I thank thee, O Abba, master of Shamahim and Araz, because thou hid these things from the wise and prudent, and hast revealed them unto babes. Even so, Father, for it seemed good in thy sight. You already said, he gave it to the young. He said he hid these things from the wise and prudent. Don't you know in Job, Elihu sat back and told him, he said, with aged men should be wisdom, right? He said, but all aged men don't have wisdom, nor do they have understanding. And who did he give understanding to? He put it into a young man's mouth. He put it in the mouth of a babe. He hid it from them. Where do you think the man hid it from? You know what I'm saying? That's what he did with that young man in the book of Job, right? He hid that thing from Job's friends. They were wise and prudent. He hid that and revealed it unto a babe. Because it seemed good in his sight to give it to this young man. He said, I held my peace because I say days should speak and wisdom should come forth from those who are old. Matter of fact, let's just get it. Let's just go on and get it. Y'all follow what I'm talking about? Job 34 and 5. Make it 34 and 2. He said, then was kindled the wrath of Elihu, the son of Barachel, the Buzite, of the kindred of Ram. Against Job was his wrath kindled, because he justified himself rather than Elohim. Now, you know that when Job was talking crazy, but you know what that is? Man who love of himself. You know what I'm saying? He had done got caught up in his own right. Only difference is when Job got showed that, he repented. And you know who showed Job that? Yah himself. You know what I'm talking about? That's that true repentance. That's what the thing I was telling y'all about a week or so ago. When y'all come see you, boy, that's a whole nother thing, boy. You know, a man can come correct you, and that's one thing. But when y'all come see you, boy, that's a whole nother matter. He said, and also against his three friends was his wrath kindled, because they had found no answer, yet had condemned Job. Now Elihu had waited till Job had spoken, because they were elder than he. When Elihu saw that there was no answer in the mouth of these three men, then his wrath was kindled. And Elihu the son of Barachel the Buzite answered and said, I am young, and ye are very old. Wherefore I was afraid, and durst not show you my opinion. You know, that's the difference in our society now. You know what I'm saying? Because most people who young, they don't have that type of respect for people who older. That they'll sit back and even let an older person finish speaking. They'll sit back and look at that they would be afraid to show their opinion to somebody older because they feel like screw you next. You know what I'm saying? That's how backward we is. Because, you know, our people used to have that type of respect for people who were elder, but that stuff done went out the window now. You know what I'm saying? Mainly because you got babies having babies. You know what I'm saying? Grandparents too close in age to their kids. People around here being too friendly with their kids. You want your kids to be your friend. You know what I'm talking about? All this whole other type stuff. That respect for elder people no longer exists unless they fragile and frail.
You gotta remember, some of these old niggas nowadays dummies. So
yeah, I mean, them being a dummy. I mean, older people always been dummies, but they still gave them that respect. I mean, Elihu sit back looking at you niggas talking stupid. I still got that respect for you though.
I feel you.
You know what I'm saying?
Makes sense.
That's what we done lost. You feel like if somebody dumb or this, you ain't gotta respect them. You know what I'm saying? Just because they dumb don't mean they won't slap all 32 teeth out your mouth.
When I say dumb, I'm talking about like an old nigga.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. An old fool.
Nah, you don't know what I'm talking about. Talk about I guess you do.
Yeah, cause I was locked up with a nigga. They called him old school, but niggas was calling him in the dorm old fool.
Yeah. Flippy old nigga.
Yeah, pants sagging, talking stupid. You know what I'm saying? Just like the other day, right, when I was talking to y'all, right, about, okay, y'all will this business pop off, you know what I'm talking about, you know, rocking 500 loafers, clowning what Jadakiss said, yeah, I got to roll it, and it got a lot of ice. He said, I pull my gun out, I better get another one tonight. Because all he talking about is, you watch him or watch too hard, homeboy. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to go to see, but that's clowning though, because they don't really care nothing about that. We got certain other visions and plans and goals that we actually trying to accomplish that ain't got nothing to do about that. But also, I'm motoring towards 40 years old. As you start beginning to motoring towards that age, it's a certain way, especially if you're going to get ready, what I'm going to get ready to go do, it's a certain particular way that you're going to dress. It's a certain particular thing that you're going to wear. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting to the point where, yeah, I mean, I wear polos and jeans, but you know what I'm saying? The type of level of business I'm going to be wearing, yeah, man, I'll probably have on a tailored suit. You know what I'm saying? You get to a certain age, man, I ain't buying no suit off no rack. Man, you ever seen somebody got a suit don't fit right? Hello? Look real sloppy. Hello? Look real sloppy, look real sour. Ain't finna be walking around like that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, if I want to spend $500 on some loafers, that's just what I want to do. I want to be able to make sure the man sitting next to me, if he want to spend $500 on some loafers, he can do that. If that's what he want to do. If he want to buy him an outfit for the thrift store, I ain't gonna clown him for it. He can do what he want to do with his money. You know what I'm talking about? Because I'm going to tell y'all something. You know, you see them little memes when they talking about rich people don't buy this and rich people don't buy that. Don't y'all be going for that stuff, boy. Some rich people around here got a suit cost more than your whole salary for the year. I'm telling you, you got rich men walking around here got cufflinks cost more than your car. You know what I'm saying? Ain't nothing wrong that if you done worked hard, bust your behind, you want to buy something nice for yourself. The difference is if you think you better than somebody because you got it. You know what I'm saying? When he say, boy, the rich and poor alike, all the same before y'all, all of them got to stand before the judgment seat. He ain't going to give no leading to the rich nor to the poor. He ain't got no respect to person. You can be poor and go straight to hell and be rich and get in, and vice versa. You know what I'm talking about? Because it's about your faith and your obedience. You know what I'm talking about? But I just know with me, I'm trying to go to some next level type stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Because we trying to live. You know what I'm talking about? Like we trying to put people, I want everybody around me to be worth 6 figures or more if possible. And then work our way towards 7. Because you know what that'll leave? That'll leave a legacy. Like basically like I seen a sister talking about the other day, we talking about setting the frames up, even if it's just small, of another Black Wall Street. We don't think like that collectively. You know what I'm saying? Do you not realize that if every last one of us got something going on and we eating and that money circulating and you hiring your own people and your own people shopping with you and you doing certain stuff in the community to teach your people about certain things that ain't even got nothing to do with money. You know what I'm saying? I know T and Cord know what I'm talking about because I done taught them about this stuff. Like doing initiatives in the community just to teach them about certain things. Your product might be in line about what we teaching them, but we not coming to them to sell them that. You know what I'm saying? This causes an effect and a shift. I'm talking about, what's the word I'm looking for? It causes a paradigm shift in mentality. You know what I'm saying? When that paradigm shift comes in mentality, it causes a thing. It's like this here, man. As long as our brothers are alive, it ain't never too late for us to come together as a people and do certain things. Even those are people who outside the word. Because they can sit back and see the things that you're doing in certain aspects. Not only with your upright living, but things that you doing community-wise, things that you doing economic-wise. And this could be able to pique their interest.
So you stop.
You know what I'm saying? Because you got our people, they walking around here like don't nobody care about them. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of y'all don't know nothing about that because you ain't grew up in that environment, or you ain't grow up with friends who felt that way, or you didn't feel like that way yourself. Well, you felt like, boy, I'm hopeless. Like, the only thing that's going to happen for me is, by the time I hit 24, I'm going to be dead or in prison. Y'all, some of y'all might not have had no friends who was happy just to see 21. I remember being in there with Big Beast, man. That dude got locked up for shooting up them Kirkland boys some years back. You know what I'm saying? And he sat back and looked me in my face. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, I'm just happy to see 24. Niggas, for them, that was a major accomplishment to live to see 24 years old. Some of y'all don't come from no environment like that. Well, that is an accomplishment. Like, niggas toasting it up, boy. Well, you made it, boy. Some of y'all look at them 24, 25, boy. That's nothing to you. Like, nigga happy to be alive. Nigga happy not to be doing a life sentence. You know what I'm saying? I was talking about this last night. Like, the streets will corrupt you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They'll corrupt your whole thought process, your whole mentality. You don't think the same. You don't act the same. You don't do the same. That stuff be with you for the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, be with you for the rest of your life. Like, I know, like, for me, boy, niggas I was around, niggas was robbing. Like, I used to sit on the block with my homeboy while they selling crack. I wasn't even selling dope yet. You know what I'm saying? I be out there with them. Your whole mentality is different. You don't trust nobody. You can barely trust a nigga standing next to you. You know what I'm saying? Then we would definitely talk, never trust no woman.
Yeah.
Don't never do that. When you do that, you might end up killed. Then when you actually start hustling and you start making money, you really start to see the envy, the jealousy, the conniving, all the stuff niggas trying to do that could take you down. You know what I'm saying? So, especially like dealing when you can't think with your penis, you gotta think with your brain. You know what I'm saying? Because niggas literally will get a chick and send a chick at you to try to get you to lay with her, to get you in a weak position so they can come through and get you. You know what I'm saying? You carry that thought process with you. Then you go to prison. You really got to sit back and look at it because now I'm around a whole bunch of niggas. I don't know none of these niggas. I've never seen none of these niggas for a day in my life. It wouldn't be nothing for this nigga to just to walk up and feel like, boy, I got too much canteen in my locker. Nigga might stab me for it. Like I'm sitting there watching niggas rob niggas coming from the canteen, man. Canteen ain't nothing but where you buy your commissary, buy your zoom zooms and wham wham and all that type of stuff. And that one camp I was at, it was a blind spot coming from that store. And them niggas would stand at that blind spot with that knife and rob a nigga for cookies and cakes, man. For cigarettes, man. And we willing to stab you for it. You know what I'm saying? I can remember being at Gulf where a dude woke up and just felt like, you know what? I'm gonna stab my roommate 14 times. That's what he did. Like, ha, 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 ha. Cuz ain't did nothing. I don't know what, Cuz might have did something. I ain't gonna say he ain't did nothing. He might have did something. But there's some niggas crazy like that though.
Yeah.
Go probably farted in your sleep or something.
You know what I'm saying? The way you sitting around, you on edge all the time. Cause you gotta watch, cause you don't never know what can happen. You know what I'm saying? Then you sitting around, don't even talk about the police. Because niggas sitting in the spot, your blood boiling about the police. If you could, you shoot them in their face. Mm-hmm. Just on general principle. This stuff will warp and corrupt your mind. It was a friend of mine. I remember. We were talking, and she said, man, you done changed. I said, yeah, I'm more money orientated. She was like, I know. I seen by the look in her face, it was more of, I believe that this is starting to corrupt you. Mm-hmm. Hello? You know what I'm saying? You beginning to not be the person that I knew you to be. Hello? And that can happen, man. And then before you know it, you carrying this stuff with you for the rest of your life. That's why I say, any of y'all who ain't never been in that situation, boy, praise y'all, you ain't never have to deal with no stuff like that. Because, boy, to sit back and hear niggas be like, bro, but you know, it's a lot of niggas, I wasn't close with them. Ain't none of my close friends done got killed. But, boy, it's a lot of niggas, boy, I done sat down with, smoked with, kicked it with, boy, them niggas dead. Boy, I know a nigga killed the boy, cut a penis off and put it in his mouth and laid him out by the railroad tracks. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't up about 22, 23 years old, because at the time, I wasn't up about 24. You know what I'm saying? He was younger than me. Nigga literally killed him and put a penis in his mouth. You know what I'm talking about? Matter of fact, him and another nigga I grew up with got killed in the same space. It was like 3 niggas we knew died in a matter of 5 days. All of them got murdered. This was back in November 2004, man. Now, what niggas thought it was a serial killer going on, but these were 3 separate murders. You know what I'm saying? Straight like that. None of these boys was over the age of 26 years old. See, a lot of y'all don't sit back and realize that you know a whole gang of people who are dead and were dead before they saw 25. That has an effect on your psyche, especially if it's people you know. You know what I'm saying? I got friends who have killed people.
Yeah, stop.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I know they have killed people. You know what I'm saying? Some of y'all don't know people who have actually took another human life. And niggas boast about killing somebody. Remember my homeboy talking about, yeah, boy, I heard you got you one. He said, no, that's the 3rd. You know what I'm saying? Like, this nigga like, no, I'm talking about no smile, no grinning. Like, y'all, no, get it right, cuz. That's my 3rd body. You know what I'm saying? That's not normal, man. When we were coming up, man, we ain't sitting back looking at, man, y'all be riding around Duval County, but you ride around Duval County, you looking at the place that corrupted us. You know what I'm saying? This city corrupted us, man. It messed our whole mind up. It warped our whole mentality. Straight up and down, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, boy, I got a homeboy. Well, he older now. He probably close to 50. The nigga did 20 years for a murder, came back home, and is out here in the streets right now. After doing 20 plus years for a body. And you right back out here. You know what I'm saying? Man, I thank y'all I went to prison. Because ain't no telling what would have happened if I wouldn't have went. Ain't no telling what could have happened, man. I could have been out here, man. The case I caught back in 02, in January 02, ain't no telling what could have happened. I was finna make a real live move, like explode, big time. Ain't no telling what could have happened. You know what I'm saying? I may have had took a life. Somebody might have took my life. I could have caught a bigger case. My mind could have got even more warped. Because it's hard to stay, like Pac say, you know, it's hard to be righteous in a room full of devils. You know what I'm saying? Boy, it's hard to be a righteous, because I'm a humble dude. I ain't with all that stuff niggas be on, but it's hard to be a humble dude in that type of environment. Niggas gonna force your hand. You gonna have to do something to somebody. Or they gonna do something to you. Like, you know, and I think y'all, he had to show me that I could be able to move away from that boy. That's hard to walk around and not trust nobody. You You know what I'm saying? Well, you always on guard and on edge thinking that somebody's going out to get you. You know what I'm saying? Out to hurt you, out to do something to you. That ain't no way to live. That's how hustlers live, though. You seldomly hear a hustler say he trusts somebody. Not no real one. Not one who been out in the street. You gonna rarely ever hear that. You around here hearing niggas talking about they hustling and they trust people. That mean the niggas where they living at, niggas ain't really hitting on nothing. You know what I'm saying? Y'all just around here just making a little bit of money playing. You know what I'm saying? Niggas is not killing, niggas is not robbing, niggas not setting nobody up, they not conniving. I can't say that for Duval County. They don't call this place Jack and Kill. They don't call this place the bang 'em where they hang 'em for nothing. This is a sick, perverted place. You know what I'm saying? When it comes to stuff like that, these boys ain't got no love for human life, no regard for human life whatsoever. None. You know what I'm saying? None. Like I know a dude killed the nigga, broad daylight, put him in the back of the Tahoe, drove around the corner, dug a shallow grave, threw the nigga in it, drove off. Hello? And when they couldn't catch, all right, and when they couldn't catch up with him, who did that? They went and killed his daddy while he was holding his grandbaby. You know what I'm saying? Y'all don't know. I'm talking about this people we know. This people we know got caught up in stuff like this here. I done told you, I got homeboy on death row. And both his little brothers doing elbows. For killing a 7-year-old, 9-year-old girl, man. He on death row. This is somebody I know personally. Done sat down with, ate with, kicked it with. I sat there and watched this man shoot a man in the head. You know what I'm talking about? The bullet just grazed car. We like, oh boy, we finna go to jail for murder. Nigga pulled a pistol out right there while we out there on Phoenix and shot this man. You know what I'm saying? I'm standing right there, man, about 3 to 5 feet away and watched them shoot the man. You know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all ain't never seen no stuff like that or dealt with nothing like that. Y'all have no idea what that can do to your mind. You have no idea what that can do to your mind. You know what I'm saying? Well, you don't trust nobody. And we were around there because them boys beat up his little brother because they were mad because he was selling dope and he was making some money. They were mad so they beat him up. That's what we were around there for. With 2 pistols. You know what I'm saying? Don't know what could have happened with it. I could have been shot dead, don't even be talking to y'all. Hold on, what about verse 7? Listen what it says. He said, I said days should speak and multitudes of years should teach wisdom. But there's a ruach in man and the inspiration of Almighty give him understanding. Great men are not always wise, neither do the age understand judgment. That's why he say he hid these things from the wise and prudent and gave it unto babes. He sent a young man to come forth manifest wisdom to these 4 men didn't. Did he send an old man? He sent a young man to do it. That's why you see a lot of people be young with the word. But Matthew 22, we'll wrap this up. I'm going to tell you something like, you know, like I think 22 and 1. You know, I think we knew how the streets affected us, but sometimes you don't really realize how deeply it can affect you. Because I done seen some crazy stuff out here, man. You know what I'm saying? Stuff that make you shake your head like, boy. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be snitching on niggas, smiling nigga face. Nigga telling on you left and right. I never forget that time I was hustling and the white dude for Atlantic Beach Police. I'm standing right there. I had just cut my locks off though. You know what I'm saying? I really just cut them off because I ain't had nobody to do them. So I had like a big old fro on the top, really. You know what I'm saying? I ain't realize how that looked. It wasn't like looking like that fro, but it was a lot of new growth on the top. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I had twisted them myself, so they was like some old freeform. They was looking crazy. No niggas liked them though. You know what I'm saying? I didn't care for them myself. You know what I'm saying? But people like them though, you know what I'm talking about? But police officer walk up, he say, yeah man, I'm looking for Dwayne, man. Got those things in his head. Like he called my name out. The worst thing is you standing there looking at me in my face, you talking about, you asking me about me. I'm standing right here and you asking me about me. I'm like, eat this bottle. I said, no, I don't know who that is. You know what I'm talking about? Jumped in the cut, they said, murked off. I said, well, one of these niggas done told on me, man. How this man even know my name? And the word part is, nigga had to tell who I was and what my name was, but of course nigga ain't had no photograph because you talking to me. Nigga, I had a pocket full of rocks while he was talking to me. I had at least a half ounce or maybe a quarter ounce of crack in my pocket while he talking to me. I'm like, man, ain't this my son? And it be the same nigga be with you every day telling on you. How can you trust niggas after that? You know what I'm saying? You ain't trusting nobody after that. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be sitting around plotting on robbing. Just like this here, man. We trapping out a spot, man. The dude, John dead now though. Before he died, he got paralyzed. Ran up on the dude who he said was his brother. You know what I'm saying? Nigga tried to take a quarter pound of weed from him. Man, I ain't gonna call cuz name, cuz gun him up though. Decent. You know what I'm saying? John was paralyzed after that. Nigga used to just ride through Royal Palm. You know what I'm saying? See that nigga sitting on his mama porch looking sick in the face. I used to tell that nigga about that tough guy stuff. You know what I'm saying? Cause see, he called him about it. You know what I'm saying? So he thought he was somebody because he called him about it. You know what I'm saying? He had to murder the nigga, did a little time for it, beat the murder, come home, you couldn't tell him nothing. You know what I'm saying? He thought he had, you know what I'm saying, kahunas the size of grapefruits. You know what I'm saying? He'd kill. I got a body up under my... This is the type of people I'm around, man. You know what I'm saying? Well, I got to sit here and watch this nigga. All I know is, boy, I shoot this nigga in his face. But, nigga, we whamming out these people's house. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Real talk. No exaggeration, man. I'm there 6 days a week. He there all 7. And we were probably grossing between $5,000 and $7,000 a week out this house. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up. We hitting that hard. You know what I'm talking about? Hitting that hard. And niggas hearing about what we doing. And niggas mad. You know what I'm talking about? So nigga try to come through. I had to peep the play.
Hey, stop.
Nigga come through like he trying to trick with one of the smokers. You know what I'm saying? He talking about, is that your old lady? I'm like, come on, my nigga. Man, you know what you came over. Man, go on with all that there. Talking about, is that my old lady? Man, go ahead. Spend these $40, $50 with this old man so she can turn around and spend it with me. You know what I'm saying? Because you with that nonsense right now. You know this ain't nobody old lady in here. You niggas wife basers, nigga. This nigga look like wifing a baser, kissing a crackhead prostitute in the mouth. I watch niggas do that, though. You know what I'm saying? I watch niggas impregnate basers and prostitutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, straight up, man. Like, nigga, this is my wife. Niggas, you serious? She's everybody's wife. Oh. For $20, nigga just had her 15 minutes ago. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? But hey, man, you like it, I love it. But, you know what I'm saying? I had to kind of peep the play. I wasn't there when they did John like this because I had something else to do. I forgot what I was doing, but I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I thank y'all for that. I wasn't there. But he say the niggas came through and just came in the house. And then they dipped. So John like, you know, son told me take the pistol from the kitchen and put it up under the couch. You know what I'm saying? The niggas come back to stick him. Nigga pistol whipping John. John looked like the elephant man. But the whole time he trying to get to the burner though. And when he got to the burner, wah, lit the nigga up. I ended up getting locked up with the nigga people. And nigga was talking about, I said, yeah, boy, that was my homeboy. They said that nigga let that nigga at the front door bleeding. That's what he supposed to got. Nigga looked at me crazy. I didn't even know that was his people. Yeah, that's my people. My statement still stands. You know what I'm talking about? Nigga got what he supposed to got. But see, we used to do that. You supposed to do that when you might have guns in the cabinet, guns up under the couch, guns up under the seat cushion, gun over here, because you don't never know. See, y'all don't know living a life, you don't never know what's going to happen at any given time. Because a nigga mad because you making more money than him. So a nigga want to come take your life. You always on, I can remember standing in front of the store hustling, just paranoid like, what? I think them crackers over there watching us over here. And I think they over here watching us over here. That's why niggas stay high all the time. You know what I'm saying? To stay relaxed. That's why I can sit back and look at it now. A lot of times when I used to be snapping. You know what I'm saying? Be snapping. You know what I'm saying? Because a nigga was used to when you were stressed, that's what relieved it. You know what I'm saying? Now what relieved the stress is lifting weights. You know what I'm talking about? But that's what relieved it though. That stuff was crazy, man. Like nigga used to be tripping. But it's the same way that whatever life experience is in y'all done had, it affected your mentality on how you looked at things. You know what I'm saying? I done seen people who wasn't in those streets, man. People didn't love them. That affected how they thought. Daddy wasn't there. Or mama wasn't there. Or parents on drugs. You know what I'm talking about? That stuff affects your mentality. Carry it with you. 22 and 1 though. Matthew. And Yahushua answered and spake unto them again by parables, and said, the kingdom of Shamahim is like unto a certain king which made a marriage for his son, and sent forth his servants to call them that were bidden to the wedding, and they would not come. And again he sent forth other servants, saying, tell them which are bidden, behold, I prepared my dinner, my oxen, my fatlings are killed, and all things are ready. Come unto the marriage. But they made light of it and went their ways, one to his farm, another to his merchandise. And the remnant took his service and entreated them spitefully and slew them. 2 Chronicles 36 and 15. That's what they were crazy for. I forgot to my boy John was so lumped up. You hear me? Well, I came back round up. I think I seen it in the newspaper. Matter of fact, I was at that real estate class. I was taking that real estate class. That's why I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? I was taking that one, I was doing that 8 to 5 at Watson Realty. That's why I wasn't there. You know what I'm saying? That's why I was trapping out the house in the first place. Was to get the bread up, I'm like, well, I'm finna go get my real estate license. I'm done with this, bro. Like, I'm finna walk away. That's why I wasn't there. I read it in the newspaper. Called Lil Brian up, like, boy, what in hell? They say, boy, they done beat John with the burner, bro. I called John, went and seen it. That nigga face was still locked up away. That nigga hit that nigga with the 357 across the face.
Oh,
Wow, 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 wow. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't had no bullets in this song?
No, they wasn't trying to kill him. They just were trying to beat him.
Yeah.
They were probably really looking for me. I was the one to make the most money out of them. John wasn't eating like that.
So, man, you got a 357, you get whooping with it, pull out the burner, and you get
Yeah, because they wasn't coming to shoot him.
Huh.
36 and 14.
Like you said, you coming to rob me,
You gotta be ready to kill. If you robbing, you gotta be ready to kill.
Obviously, they wasn't.
No, they weren't. Say, moreover, all the chief priests and the people transgressed very much to all the abominations of the heathen. Sit down somewhere. And polluted the house of Yahuwah, which he had hallowed in Jerusalem. Y'all hush.
Hey,
Hush.
get up. Get up.
And Yahuwah Elohim, their father, sent to them by his messengers, rising up betimes and sending, because he had compassion on his people and on his dwelling place. But they mocked the messengers of Elohim, and despised his words, and misused his prophets, until the wrath of Yahuwah arose against his people, till there was no remedy. See, you know what ended up happening? He was calling them to come to be sanctified and set apart, but they despised those words, because many are called, few are chosen. Everybody didn't catch it. Everybody don't repent at the hearing of the word. Come back to Matthew 22 and I said. So I didn't read the verse, but then you know Yahuwah ended up being angry with the people, and he ended up killing us all and allowed us to be taken captive because we didn't want to hear the word. We despised it. Verse 7, he said, but when the king heard thereof, he was wroth, and he sent forth his armies and destroyed those murderers and burnt up the city. This is going right back to Jerusalem. What did he do to it? He burned up the city, didn't he? Brought armies and destroyed it. What did he turn around and do in the time of Mashiach, tearing it down? Burnt up Jerusalem. Same thing. He was trying to tell him what was finna happen to him for not hearing the word. You know what I'm saying? Where we at? And then he saith to his servants, the wedding is ready, but they which were bidden were not worthy. Go ye therefore into the highways, as many as you shall find, bid to the marriage. So the servants went out into the highways and gathered together as many as they found, both bad and good, and the wedding was furnished with guests. That's what a Hebrew Israelite nigga say. That's why you got to go out in the street, because he said he told us to go in the highways and byways. You know what I'm saying? That ain't what he talking about. So when the king came in to see the guests, he saw there a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, friend, hush, hush. And when he came in to see the guests, he saw there was a man which had not on a wedding garment. And he saith unto him, friend, how come thou in hither and not having a wedding garment? And he was speechless. Then the king said to the servants, bind him hand and foot and take him away and cast him to the outer darkness. There shall be weeping and gnashing of teeth. For many are called, but few are chosen. Do any one of you brothers and sisters know what that wedding garment would be? Any of y'all know what that wedding garment would be? On the phone. I know you know what it is. Any of y'all on this phone? That's the Ruach HaKodesh. So if that's the wedding garment, and you done put on the wedding garment, you know what that signifies? You done. Any of you brothers, not just that you done died. Well, and that's correct. What did he sit back and say when he told them, when he sat down and he broke the bread, right? He told him he blessed. He said, this is what? My body, right? And then when he gave him the cup, that was the blood. What did he say after that? Didn't I say hush? Not just that, he said something else too. That's correct, he did say that. Remember, he said, this is the blood of the new covenant which is shed for the many for the remission of sins. And if the Ruach HaKodesh is the gift of the new covenant, get your 2 Corinthians chapter 3. This is what we sit back looking at about many are called, few are chosen. That's the same way we sit back looking at coming up out the wilderness. Many were called up out of Mizraim, but only a chosen few actually entered into the land. Right? Only a chosen few entered into the land. Because, hey, he called plenty of them to furnish the wedding feast with guests. But everybody didn't have the right heart. They didn't have the right garment. That's why he said Caleb and his household entered in, because he had another ruach. He had another spirit on him. He had another garment. I want you to sit back and look at it. You got to have another garment. When he sit back saying having a wedding garment, you got to have the Ruach HaKodesh on you. which goes back to what we were talking about when he sat back and stated that, I just slipped my mind because she back there hollering. It'll come to my mind in a second. 2 Corinthians chapter 3 and about verse 3. For as much as you are manifest declared to be the epistle of Mashiach, ministered by us, written not with ink, but with the ruach of the living Elohim, not in tables of stone, but in fleshly tables of the heart. And such trust we have through Mashiach to Elohim war, not that we are sufficient of ourselves to think as of ourselves, but our sufficiency is of Elohim, who also have made us able ministers of the new covenant, not of the letter, but of the ruach. For the letter kill, but the ruach give life. Oh, that's what it praise y'all. Remember how we read that John 20 about how you seen his works and he proved you? And then we looked at Job and he say, my ear have heard of thee, and now my eye see. You know what I'm saying? In order for you to be a partaker of that covenant, to be chosen to receive the Ruach HaKodesh, to be a part of that new covenant, you would have to hear of Mashiach, because you would have seen him in the volume of the book, and then you would have followed after his pattern of behavior to do what Cord just mentioned. You would have died. And then you would have been raised in the likeness of his power, or the honor of his majesty. You understand what I'm telling you? Everybody is not going to attain to that. Everybody's not going to attain to that. Everybody is not chosen to attain to that. Romans 9, and we'll stop there. Romans chapter 9 and verse 6. Just something to think about, y'all. Just something to think about. Not as though the word of Elohim have taken of none effect, for they are not all Yasharal, which are Yasharal. Neither because they are the seed of Abraham are they children, but in Isaac shall thy seed be called. That is, they which are the children of the flesh, these are not the children of Elohim, but the children of the promise are counted for the seed. To be chosen, you're going to have to be, because what was Isaac? Wasn't he chosen? He was the one chosen to be, and Isaac thy seed shall be called. Many are called, few are chosen, because guess what? Ishmael was called, but he wasn't chosen. That is, they which are the, for this is the word of promise, at this time will I come, and Sarah shall have a son. And not only this, but when Rebekah had also conceived by one, even by our father Isaac, for the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or evil, that the purpose of Elohim according to the election might stand, not of works, but of him that called. It was said unto her, the elder shall serve the younger, as it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau I have hated. What shall we say then? Is there unrighteousness with Elohim? Elohim forbid. For he saith to Moses, I will have mercy on whom I will have mercy, and I will have compassion on whom I will have compassion. So then it is not of him that will, nor of him that run, but of Elohim that show mercy. I'm sorry, because I didn't never go to that John 6 and 62. So all we sitting back looking at is it's up to Yah who heart he open and who heart he closed. You know what I'm saying? He got to open it up, and he the one that can close it. That's why he say he got a door that no man can shut, and he got a door that no man can open. I can't recall off the top of my head. I think it's with Lydia in the book of Acts, where she said that the master opened her heart to receive the word and to bring the apostles in. This is the last one. John 6 and 62. He say, what and if you shall see the Son of Man ascend up where he was before? It is the Ruach that quicken. The flesh profit nothing. The words that I speak unto you, they are spirit and they are life. But there are some of you that believe not. For Yahusha knew from the beginning who they were that believed not and who should betray him. And he said, therefore said I unto you, that no man can come unto me except it were given unto him of my Father. From that time many of his disciples went back and walked with him no more, because it had already been given who would receive the word and who wouldn't. You know what I'm saying? All it takes is the right situation and circumstances to turn them back. But praise ye Yah for Yahushua HaMashiach and the word. Y'all understood all this stuff this evening?